welcome back to my channel. So, progress report essentially is always going to be the same. I did not finish anything this week. The washcloth that I was knitting, I dropped a stitch, and I found out because I went to 3 different yarn meetups, or I guess yarn club or knitting club meetups, and I got to meet a lot of really awesome people. Went to a place here in Eagle River called Jitters, which is a coffee shop, and I met with a group of girls, or a group of women anyhow. And then that was Thursday, and then Friday night I went to the Tangled Skein, which is a yarn shop, beautiful yarn shop here in Eagle River. And then on Sunday I went back to Jitters and met with a different group called the Alaska Fiber Hounds. So I had 3 different knitting groups that I got to meet and interact with, and I'm a really chatty person, so I was really nervous and probably was even more so chatty during the meetings. But I had fun, and one of the girls actually looked at my washcloth for me and was able to find that I had actually dropped a stitch. So that's why the washcloth was wonky. So what I mean by wonky is it is pulling to one side and just looks all kinds of wrong. See, right here. So, and I did it twice, so that means I'd made the mistake twice. So at some point, I just dropped a stitch the first time I knit the dishcloth, and then the second time I knit the dishcloth, I made the same mistake. So I'm going to pull it apart and I'm going to reknit it, but because I found another project that I told you last week that I lost, I just stopped that project altogether. So this is the project that I found. This is, and I'm in the middle of a row, so I can't really open it up for you. I'll do the best I can. This is a gorgeous shawl, and I have it on my lap, and it's actually making me hot. It's knit in the Lions brand homespun, and the pattern is a Lions brand pattern. The homespun yarn colorway is called Baroque. It is fantastic yarn. I know a lot of people have said some nasty things about acrylic yarns, but I appreciate an indestructible yarn that is not going to stain, it's not going to shrink, it's not going to pill. I appreciate it. So I've used the Lions brand homespun quite a bit in my knitting career because it's cheap and I just prefer it. So I shouldn't really have to explain that. But I did find a fantastic tool that I'd forgotten that I had, and here it is. This is a spinny yarn holder thingy. Yep, those are the keywords you need to look for on Etsy when you're looking to purchase one of these. It's called a spinning yarn holder, and this was custom made for me by a friend, the husband of a friend, and it has actually 2 dowels. This is the long dowel that I had made for a tall skein because it actually only came with a short dowel. That was when I first got it. He had only spun or lathed a short dowel for, I guess, a short yarn cake, and then I asked him if he could do a longer one for the longer skein. So I absolutely adore it. So let me take the yarn off of it so you can really see it. So it's even ornate. The bumps and ridges actually hold the yarn on a little better, so it doesn't spin terribly as if it was smooth. Then I think that it would not spin as well. So it really holds on to the yarn. So I like that, and so it's super simple to use. You just take the yarn and stab it through the center best you can, and now your yarn is not rolling around on the floor or in a bag or collecting dust or collecting hair as you knit. So fantastic little tool. Then that's it. I didn't do any other knitting or any other crocheting. I really focused on this. This actually, while I found the project was knit on the wrong size needles. I was trying to figure out why it was so stiff and why it just wasn't laying right, and it was probably, so you're supposed to do 9 repeats, and this is 9, this is 8. I was like on 6, so I was like halfway through the project with the wrong size needles, and as I was knitting it, I was like, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel like it's going to drape well, it doesn't, you know, it's not comfortable. So then I looked at the pattern online, and I realized that I had been knitting on the wrong size needles the whole project. So I ended up tearing it all back, balling it up, and then reknitting it. Now the ball you see, this skein that you see, obviously isn't this is the second skein. So I had already gotten through one skein that I had balled up, and then just, you know, started the new one when I got halfway through. So this one, I made a few mistakes on it, and I actually had to take the cable needles, or the circle needles out of it, and I saw that it was really nice and wide, and I put it on, you know, very carefully with they're called lifeline, had a lifeline through it so the stitches wouldn't run. And, you know, I was able to put it on, and I realized that it's not going to be as wide or as long as I want it. The pattern is a medium shawl pattern, so I'm going to extend it by another half a ball of yarn, or half a skein of yarn, so probably another 5 rows, and hopefully that'll make it a lot long, not rows, but repeats. And when I say repeat, I mean this part of the pattern is repeated. Oops, that's the back, that's the wrong side. So from this ridge to this ridge, that's one section, and so these are the repeats. This is a super easy project. It is obviously a triangle, because the name of it is, you know, Splendid Triangle, but it is 2 triangles on either side of this lovely spine, as you can see. And it's so easy. If you know how to yarn over and knit 2 together, that's about as complicated as this gets, and you will really enjoy it. And so it's really good. It's a really nice beginner shawl. This will be my very first shawl. I have another shawl on needles right now, and that one is called Easy as Pie. And I actually think I'm going to have to ball that one back up too, because I've dropped a stitch or something. When I counted the stitches on either side, they were not even. And since I know there's a mistake, I don't, you know, I'm a perfectionist. I think a lot of us knitters are. So that is my story for the week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you've enjoyed your week, and if you have some projects to share, please let me know what your channel is, or let me know that you have some projects on your YouTube channel in the comments below. Take care and have a great day. Bye!